We're going to move on to the next Arts and Sciences. Professor Andrew O'Brien, Drift Alignment Artist Book Proposal. Sounds great.
All right, good afternoon. My name is Andy O'Brien, and I'm an assistant professor here in the Department of Art at UTC. In the past 2 decades, in southern Arizona alone, over 3,000 people have lost their lives in the process of migrating north from Mexico to the US. Earlier in my career, I lived in this region and experienced these tragic deaths firsthand as I encountered the remains of deceased immigrants on several occasions during my work with the Bureau of Land Management. The deadly consequences of prevention through deterrence immigration enforcement is symptomatic of the increasingly fraught relationship between the US and Latin America. The policies put in place to control the landscape and the people that move through it appear in some ways to replay the process of colonization through ever greater militarization of the southwestern border region. My current body of work, titled Drift Alignment, seeks new ways of exploring the complex and contested history of the US-Mexico border through the practices of astrophotography and celestial navigation. While it might seem like an unexpected approach to use the sky to explore our relationship with the land, astronomy has actually figured prominently in the region for well over 100 years. The border itself is actually a product of astronomical readings taken by surveyors as they ran the line to form what would become the boundary between the United States and Mexico. Picking up on that legacy, in Drift Alignment, I have worked with data from the Arizona OpenGIS project for migrant deaths to translate terrestrial coordinates, seen here, that correspond to the location of migrant deaths into celestial coordinates. What you see in this image here are images that correspond to those coordinates, showing the night sky as it would appear directly overhead of these locations at midnight on the day in which the remains were discovered. In exhibitions, these grids of the night sky are paired with other photographic works from the series that I've made during several research trips to the region over the past 18 months. Throughout the series, works oscillate between attempts at precision and its inverse, both subjective experience and mathematical error, in an attempt to arrive at a poetic understanding of the region and its inhabitants. The next phase in the development of this project will be its publication in book form. I propose a project that would support the design and production of a prototype book accompanied by a scholarly essay to complement the photographic work. I'm especially passionate about cataloging the night sky images that correspond to immigrant deaths. I feel that the intimacy of a book form would be a transformative way to connect with a place and an experience that is simply impossible to access for most of us. My plan is to work with a designer and a writer in tandem with a local print shop to develop the book so that it can be presented to independent publishers for their consideration over the next 6 to 9 months. Ultimately, the goal with this work is to find new ways of examining the history of the border, the role of imagery in mythologizing the West, and the ways in which our relationship with the sky shapes our understanding of the land. It is a project that has met with success through national solo exhibitions and group shows, and now I'm eager to move forward with your support. Thank you.